Hey yo, what's up, my YouTube fans? It's your girl Kayla here, back with a different stream. This time I'm talking about coming back to Restream. Yep, that's right. So basically, I'm going to come back tomorrow and continue of doing what I'm doing. Let's see. Tomorrow I might do 2 or 1, maybe. I don't know. I'm not fully sure yet, but I'll let you guys know whenever I get a chance. To be quite honest, I don't know, but that's my prediction, I guess, if you want to say that. And then whenever I do have a moment, like, I know my last stream was 1 hour and 30 minutes. So then this time it won't be as long. So I might do just between about 30 to 45 minutes, or I might do 45 minutes to 1 hour and 20 minutes. And I'm just getting started, so let's get started with the countdown. So, yeah, most of you know that I'm going to see how well I'm doing on Restream, even though I did about, I don't want to say much, but let's say I did about, godly, I don't want to say much, let's say, because on my main one I could show you guys right now. So this one, see Daisy. So here's some of the, oopsie daisy. So according to not Restream, but what's it called? And I did this many live streams on my main. The one I'm doing now is, if I go to manage live, and like some of these are kind of, decent, but I'm just gonna say that I've been doing this since, when was this one? 2020. So I did about a couple, and on my third one, the one I was just doing, I might do some more later. But I'm gonna, and then later on in the afternoon, later on in the afternoon I might do some more. I'm just not sure yet because I've been going back and forth with, the two. Um, Dang it, won't let me. Sometimes this thing won't let me. Sometimes it would. It just depends on how I feel. So I might just do different what's it called it the later on when I got time. I might do something. I'm not sure though because I had to look and see what I got on my schedule. Let's say that. So yeah, the one I just did was, let's see. So the one that has the most videos, well, out of all of my 3 channels, my main one has the most. And then later on in the at the 10-minute mark, I'm going to do some copyright free music. So just to be on the bright side of that, if y'all want to, because I might do Song Lyric Prank Text Season 1, Episodes 1 and 2 tomorrow, and then I'll start Friday. I'll start fresh, so I'll do episode 3 and 4, and then just start from going there. And then I might do more later. I'm not 100% because I would be very busy. And then I'll get everything done hopefully before I don't want to, let's say before noon, and then if I have time before that, then we'll continue doing this. And then I've got so like every episode on my main will probably have to be between about, oh, I don't know, let's say 20 to 30 minutes, or it could be 30 minutes to 45 minutes. It all depends on how I do it, I guess. I might have to do that on Restream because some people will say, oh, well, what are you going to be doing this for and all of this stuff. I mean, yeah, I do have the right to do it on Restream because most of my, what's it called, is on Restream. So, I mean, yeah, I could do it from there and just start doing stuff like that. And then later on in the I might have to look at my schedule and see what things I got going on. If I don't have any events and stuff like that, I'll let you guys know, and then whatever I have to do beforehand, I'll do that too. I mean, yeah, I kind of figured that some of the let's see, I got, oh, it's past the 10-minute mark. Okay, guys, so it's time. Nothing on here. Well, that's a shame. So let's do this. Let me unmute the volume. Here we go. I used to dream about money, about a big house, but all I want is you. You're such a fire when you love me, desirable, attainable, yeah, all I want is you. We are all the same, fame, attention, confirmation. Why do we care? What is it worth? What is it worth? We are all the same. We want to be loved, but that is not the same as being loved by you. We are all the same. We want to be loved, but that is not the same.
dream about a cruiser that drove against the wind, but all I want is you. I know that fire when you touch me, my vision gets so dimmed. Yeah, all I want is you. We are all the same, fame, attention, confirmation. Why do we care? What is it worth? What is it worth? We are all the same. We want to be loved, but that is not the same as being loved by you. We are all the same. We want to be loved, but that is not the same as when I'm loved by you. By you. By you. What is it worth? We are all the same. We want to be loved, but that is not the same as being loved.
Okay, so that was all I wanted to do. I mean, well, not really done, but still, anyways, though, I think last time I did, what was it, was it an hour? It had to be an hour. But anyway, yeah, so this time I might do the, not the, 15 to 20 minutes, but because I don't know why, but it's just not okay with me, I guess, because a lot of people are now saying to me that, oh, well, you know, and I don't like to be bothered sometimes, even though it's, like, okay for me to, like, say something sometimes, even if I don't say something, and if somebody says my name, then you gotta say something to me. Like, if I don't say anything back, you gotta say something. Then, like, a lot of people would actually say to me, like, say, for instance, what if somebody said to me, what am I doing this week? And somebody said to me, oh, well, she's doing this, she's doing that. I'll probably be like, well, I don't know what you're talking about, because a lot of people don't mind. Like, I don't mind if they ask me, oh, okay, well, what are you going to be doing for this day? And I'll say, well, it depends on what day you're talking about, because sometimes it's on the weekday, sometimes it's on the weekend, and that's okay. Because I know how everybody feels except for me, and I would be all like, well, I'm not sure if I'm busy that day, but I can look on my schedule and see. And then, once I know for sure, then I'll be all like, okay, you know what, then I'm free that day. Because I'm not gonna waste at least 25 to 30 minutes sitting here trying to figure out something. And that's just stupid because normally I don't do that because, I mean, yeah, I would said something back to them, and I'm just all like, okay, you know what? This is really odd. Like, I'm not like saying like, oh, well, I don't think you would mind if I ask you something, right? Like, for instance, let's say Elizabeth says something to me like that, then I would be like, okay, I don't mind if she asks me something. Even though I do feel like it sometimes, and it's like, okay, well, it would be like, okay, yeah, let me think about it, then I can get back to you. So I can say, well, it all depends. So, I mean, like, it just depends on if I'm busy or not. Rather, if I'm not even busy doing anything, then I mean, I can tell them straight away and be all like, okay, yeah, I'm free that day. Just let me know what time you want to do this or do that. And it's like, okay, we'll stay on like on the right side of it because most people say to me, are you wanting to stay tonight? And I'll be like, no, because I got other stuff I have to do. I mean, yeah, I would have said, okay, yeah, fine, I'll stay over for like a couple of minutes, and they'll be like, okay, well, it's not like freaking Elizabeth like saying, oh, well, you can't come over just because I'm busy. I mean, I get that she's busy, but I just don't want to aggravate her or bother her whenever she's not too busy. Like some people say to me, as long as you're not too busy doing something, then you're fine. It's not like it's gonna matter and be like, oh, okay, well, something's gonna happen to it. And I'm like, really? I mean, not a lot of people get that because some people say it's okay for me to do it for them, but not for, them to do it to me because it all depends. Like, I don't mind if they say, oh, okay, well, we can uh, do something else, and I'll be like, okay, well, what do you want to do? I mean, Ellie would give me options, yes. That would be a good start, but I'm not saying like she's not gonna be all like, oh, well, okay, you're not gonna do this on me and all of that. I'll be like, why would I want to do that? I mean, I don't want to be like aggravated and be like, oh, okay, she can't do this, she can't do that. Oh, I'll be like, oh my god. So then, like sometimes it's like okay for me to do stuff, but sometimes they won't let me do anything. And I'll be like, well, you gotta let me do something. Because whenever I'm busy through the week, then I'm not bothered with everybody. I mean, yeah, I'm okay with everybody saying it to me, but it's all like, okay, well, nothing's gonna happen between her and me. And it's like, why do you want to say that? Because just because I'm your friend doesn't mean you have to say anything back. And then one night, I kind of had to see one of my actual friends in real life because I didn't know her back then. And I remembered the first time I met Elizabeth at St. Charles High, and I was like, wow. mean, I didn't know what she was going to do, even though a lot of people say to me, oh, okay, well, she did that, she did this. I'll be like, really? Why do you want to say that? I mean, a lot of people say, oh, well, that's fine, do what you gotta do. And I would just be like, okay, well, that's just okay for me and not for them. And, that's completely normal. I mean, that's not like saying, oh, okay, well, she can't come over because she has stuff to do. I mean, I can say, well, I have plans, but maybe next time. Because a lot of people say, okay, well, and there will be a next time, yes. I mean, yeah, a lot of people say to me, it won't be too bad, because most people say to me now are like, well, if she can't do what she has to do, then how am I going to tell her? Like, if I had to tell you Elizabeth right now, and I'll be like, well, she'll probably say like, oh, are you free sometime this week? I'll be like, well, I'm only free on Saturday, but not on Sunday, because I'll be chilling. I mean, yeah, I could have said something else, but then I was like, nope. I didn't feel like saying it to her, so she knows I'm busy like half of the time. A lot of times it's like, what are you going to be doing? What's this? What's that? I'll be like, whatever. So I had to say something to Elizabeth. And I said, well, I mean, I had to do what I had to do. It's not like she's going to aggravate me and be all like, oh, she did that. Oh, I'd be like, oh, what the heck? I mean, that's kind of obvious for everybody, not for me. I mean, I wouldn't be sitting here for 15 to 20 minutes just to hear back from her and be like, oh, okay, are you free sometime? And I'll be like, if you're talking to me, then I have something else planned on Sunday, but that doesn't mean I don't have to keep on aggravating them in case if I want something. If I want something, then I could just text them and be like, okay, well, do you have a second or do you have a minute? And he or she will reply back to me. It depends on who's texting. Sometimes it's not like saying, oh, okay, well, I can do this and you can do that. I'm like, really? I mean, I can't even do much even though I have to do something. It's not like saying, oh, okay, she did something wrong. She did that. And I'll be like, that's not right. I mean, yeah, I could have said, Elizabeth, I just can't do Sunday because I have something else planned. I mean, I don't have much going on. But yeah, I could have said, Elizabeth, can we do this a different day? Or a different night? Because mostly if I'm trying to do something, they would like ask me certain stuff and I'll be like, well, it all depends. Because sometimes it's like okay for me, sometimes it's not. I mean, sometimes I want to have a little chill out time. Do something like that. I'm not saying like it's a bad thing for everybody, but it's like actually a good thing that I'm telling them the right thing. And it's like, I gotta do what I gotta do, and this time it won't happen. Like, Allie almost said to me, oh, well, that almost happened. I'll be like, you little dingus. I could say, oh, okay, well, this is not gonna happen. And even though somebody will say back to me, oh, well, just because I did something wrong doesn't mean you have to just tell my dad or my mom this and that. I'll be like, really, you had to do that? I mean, they don't have to if they don't have to. If they want to, they could. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of people don't mind it. I mean, yeah, a lot of people are getting me aggravated because they want me to do something with them, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but I got something else planned. So, I'm afraid I'm going to tell you this, and then Elizabeth will probably say, why? What's going on? I said, I would probably say nothing. It's just that I have something planned, very special planned on Sunday, and I want to have like a little bit of peace and quiet. I'm not saying this to be rude, Elizabeth. I'm just saying that, you know, a lot of people are actually saying that just because I'm trying to be honest. And I said, and she will probably say, okay, well, when will you be free? Will you let me know? And then I'll be like, yeah, I'll let you know when I'm free next. Even though me and her are cool and we're friends, I would be like, okay, yep. And I would just say, hey, you know, it's at least nice that I get to talk to Elizabeth. Because she doesn't even know what the heck I'm going to be doing. Like, I know she's my friend and we haven't talked for a while. Even though I kind of asked her if she wants to be my friend on social media, she said, well, that's fine. And then there's my sister-in-law. Well, also known as family, plus she's, you know, I'm not saying like a lot of people are saying, oh, okay, well, you know, this is that. I'll be like, well, that's just random. Because sometimes Elizabeth will random talk with me and I'll random talk to her back. I would just be like, what the heck are you saying to me now? And like, I would just like, not be all like, well, this is not what I'm going to do for this like certain time. Something that I'll be like, well, you could have said something before I actually went live. Because sometimes Elizabeth doesn't know that I'm live. I mean, she doesn't really have to know, but she would have to know. Because I would tell her and I'll be like, right, Elizabeth, I'm going live. She'll probably be like on social media, or are you talking about like YouTube and Twitch? And I'll be like, well, what do you think, Elizabeth? I'm streaming on YouTube. Even though, yeah, I will try to say to Elizabeth, right, if you got any questions or concerns, then please feel free to ask me anytime. She'll probably be like, Kayla, do you have a moment? And I'll be all like, what's up? Because, you know, like, a lot of people are saying, oh, well, okay, well, you know, what's going on? And, you know, sometimes everybody says, what's up? That doesn't mean that everybody else is saying, oh, okay, well, right on, she didn't do that. My stepdad used to say that to me sometimes. I would just, like, go up to him and he would say, well, how was your day? I would say, well, it's going pretty well. He will say, right on. I'm like, oh, you caught me. I mean, yeah, while him and my mom were together, I forgot to tell you this. So I kind of had, I kind of didn't know the reference because of my stepdad saying that to me. And sometimes he'll be like, okay, well, what are you gonna do after this and that? I'll be like, well, right on. I'll be like, he'll probably be all like, what the hey? I'll be like, yep, you started. we have our good times together, even though I text him sometimes, even though it's all like, I know for sometime before let's see, because I know uh my mom and my stepdad would like talk about stuff, even though when they were like friends for a while, but then they started to know each other more. And you know, that happened with my mom and dad. They knew they started dating I think in 1996. Got got married in 1996 to 2006 um because well, mom and dad split up in 2006, and I think I was about 5. So yeah, I kind of had it was a long story, but anyway, yeah. I mean, I don't have to tell everybody except for well, my decent time, because sometimes even though I like telling stories about how my mom and dad first met, and it would be like, well, why are you talking about this? And, you know, saying this and that. I'll be like, well, I mean, it's just like something I like to say every once in a while, even though it don't bother me that much, even though I try not to say a word at them. And I would be all like, okay, you know, like if I can do my own thing, then they can do their thing. So I think it's probably decent for me to do that than. It's not like I'm not gonna chill on a Saturday night and be like, oh, well, you know, it's like, why do I want to do that if I have so many, um, like, like opportunities only come once in a lifetime. Like, you can't be saying, oh, okay, well, she did that, she did that. I'll be like, oh, well, you started it. I mean, I don't care who started it. I just wanted to be, you know, left alone. And then I'm like sitting here trying to do something like in the last minute. Like, okay, I think I need to chill. Like, I need to settle down and all this stuff. And my actual mom would say, what's wrong? And I said, Mom, I'll tell you when I'll settle down. Like, I don't need to worry about the whole thing, even though I tried to explain it the best I can to my mom. Even though I don't feel like telling a lot of people because it's my actual personal business, it doesn't have to be everybody's. Like, I can say, well, that's kind of private. And then one of them will probably say, well, I won't tell your mom or dad, just tell me. And I'll be like, I don't have to tell you anything. I mean, well, yeah, I mean, I kind of don't feel bothered with everybody with, you know, what I do. And I would just, you know, wait until like the last minute, and everybody would probably be all like, okay, well, what's going on? How come you never told me any of this? I'll probably be like, well, I don't have to tell you anything because it's my personal business and I can tell anybody that I want. And I just don't feel like it sometimes because sometimes they ask me certain stuff and I'm like, well, I don't know for sure yet. Like, I don't fully know yet until further notice, which is kind of fair. I know that. But then other people are like, well, try to do whatever you have to do. I'll leave you be. Get everything settled. Try to not to worry about something. I'll be like, okay. I mean, it doesn't have to concern you, but I guess I can tell you just for the one thing. And then I told Elizabeth what happened. And she was like, okay, I have a moment. What do you want to tell me? Then I'll say it. Like I'll say, okay, well, I kind of started to worry that, some people are trying to aggravate me and stuff like that. And she'll probably be like, well, it don't matter as long as you just like say, oh, okay, well, as long as they're not doing whatever they have to do, then that's fine. I don't feel like that sometimes, but even though whenever I'm not interested of like everybody's personal lifetime, I'll be like, well, that's your own thing, not mine. Because I know a lot of people say to me that it's not okay for everybody to say their personal stuff to them. I mean, I only have to tell, like, between my mom and dad. And that's it. Like, I don't need to tell everybody else that. I mean, if I wanted to, I could just say, hey, do you have a second or do we have a minute? And then sometimes my parents will ask me, okay, well, what do you have to say to both of us? I'll probably be all like, okay, well, it's kind of okay for everybody to just, tell them the right things because a lot of people say, oh, okay, well, it's okay for you to tell me this or we can talk about it whenever your dad gets done with this. And I'll be like, well, I'll wait. So I'm waiting, right? So I'm just waiting for them to, like, they will say something back to me. Like, what do you want to tell us? Even though I tried to tell them the right thing, that doesn't mean that everybody else has to. I mean, I kind of had a feeling between mom and dad because mom and dad used to argue a lot. And I know a lot because my mom and dad have been through so much. And I would just say to one of them and be like, well, it's actually because of, and then I'll say the name who's aggravating me or bothering me. And I'll be all like, okay, mom, dad, this is all, let's say, Elizabeth's fault. If she says something that was not okay with me, then they'll probably say, well, just don't talk to her. Like, just don't talk to her anymore. Even though she don't try to aggravate you, just don't talk to her. And I'll be like, okay, well, I'll have to do something. Even though I'll say something like, oh, okay, well, can you at least do something for this and da da da. I mean, yeah, even though I do feel like telling them the right thing, I mean, I have to. Otherwise, they're gonna start worrying about me and stuff like that, and I don't want anything like that to happen. I mean, well, especially with this going around and stuff. But I'm not even like saying, oh, okay, well, you don't need this, you don't need like a lot of people. Just for everybody like that, I'll be like, well, you know what? Then I'm just gonna say, you know what? Never mind. And then they'll probably be all like, well, if there's something you want to tell us, say it. Because that's like the truth thing. Because that's what I normally do whenever I have. Uh, Even though I try to say, like one time when I came back from Orlando, I started to know that somebody was starting to get worried about me. And I'll just say this. So, after I came back, because we were at the hotel at the Old Key West Resort, I mean, I remembered, like, I could remember some stuff that I did in the past and stuff, which I'll tell y'all in just a little bit because I know that it's a long story and I don't want anybody else to find out. And then I'll just say, well, and I'll tell them the story. And then they'll be like, okay, well, my mom and dad will be like, okay, well, what's the story? And then I'll say it. Because sometimes it's not like, oh, okay, well, it ain't gonna happen anytime soon. That's not gonna happen. I mean, I know a lot of people say, oh, okay, well, this is not like what I meant to say and this and that. And I'll be like, well, what do you mean? Because I would need probably a straight answer. But yeah, if you guys want me to make more videos, click the notification bell and likes and subscribe. And I'll try to I'll at least try to do something, even though I don't feel like it sometimes. It's all like, oh, okay, well, she's done that, she's done this. I'll be like, what the hey do you mean? Even though I'll say, just because you're not gonna tell my mom doesn't mean you have to say anything to her. So then, yeah, I'm going to do something and then I'll be right back and we'll talk about something else, okay? See you guys soon. I'll be back. Okay. So we're only about 53 minutes in, and let's try to. I'm gonna try to stop this one at 1 hour and 25 minutes because I'll have to do something else before then since I'm already doing this. Because I think I remembered, if I remember correctly, yeah, I did like 1 hour, 2 hours. Let me see how many I made. So, let's see. Okay, so I have like 1 hour live streams. And I've got 3 2-hour live streams. And then on my main, let me see how many 1-hour live streams I've got on my main. I have 38 1-hour live streams on my main. And if I go to there's not much that I did from because I haven't been doing much, even though I decided not to bother with how so this would be Maybe after this, I'll start fresh at 2. Okay, guys, I'm gonna sign off for the afternoon, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, this is your girl Kayla signing off. Peace out, everybody. Bye.